Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Tempest Park for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic, part 31 of the VJ scenario pack. Pleasant but often rainy. Can you develop this area into a theme park? Your objective to have at least 900 guests in your park at the end of October year 3 for park rating of at least 600. So the last one wanted 2,000 guests by year 4. By the end of year 4, this one wants almost as many with one less year to do it in, so we will have our work cut out for us. But we've got a big park to do it in. We've got plenty of space. So we are charging for rides. That'll make it easier. We've got some transport rides. We've even got a lift, as if we're going to want to use that. River rafts, do you know what? They are surprisingly popular. We've got some water rides, which is nice because we have got a decent amount of water there. We've got some coasters to begin with and a dinghy slide. We've got not a bad selection of thrill rides, I suppose. They're all water based. Yep, we've already seen those. And not a bad selection of shops to begin with. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is research thrill rides because we haven't got a lot of thrill rides that are flat rides. And obviously they're going to be quick and easy to build. We are going to need to be quick. So I'm not going to be doing any fancy scenery. It is literally going to be cheap and cheerful rides all the way around. That being said, I do have a crazy idea, and that would be to build a train going all the way around the outside. Why? I don't know. I just have this crazy idea to do it, which is completely counterproductive and goes against what I said of making cheap and cheerful rides. But I think if I just get this one little indulgence out of the way, then we can go cheap and cheerful. October year 1, 700 guests in the park, so we are well on our way to getting the amount of guests that we need. One thing I noticed not long after starting is that we didn't have a kiosk, but that's fine because we've got a souvenir stall and they also sell umbrellas, so we can charge maximum for that. We've got our train track that goes all the way around the outside of the park. Costs an absolute fortune to build, but it'll soak up a lot of the guests. It's raining a lot, so that's helpful, making us a ton of cash on the umbrellas. We've got the path came through the mountainside already. We've got an enterprise there sharing the exit with the train, and then we've got some shops just down here, and then I've gone for a cheap and cheerful wooden coaster there, Woody Jr. So I am thinking at some point I'm probably going to build a larger one at some point towards the end. But for now, that's what we've got. 3D cinema there. We've got a roto drop just down there. Completely messed up how far underground we went. So it's ended up having to go down, but you know, fine. It was quicker just to get on with it rather than get rid of it and redo it, I suppose. We've got the river rafts there. Fairly popular, you know, not doing too bad. And then speaking of popular, we've got go-karts just down there. Very simple figure of 8 design. Guests loving that. We've gone for toilets, souvenir stalls, ATMs on major junctions. A couple of swinging inverted ships just there. Path loops, what we'll be going for a lot here. And then we've got a little bridge just going across there to complete the larger path loop. Hello Bev. We are going to start connecting some of these up and adding rides in between. But for now, we're doing well. We're a third of the way, or over a third of the way to the target, and a third of the way to the end of the scenario. So we are well on track to doing this. October year 2 got tons of cash in the bank, 1,300 guests in the park, so a little bit less than what we had in the first year. although it's not less, but you know what I mean. We had over 700 in the first year. We've got 1,300 in the park the second year. So, but that's kind of normal. You do sort of tail off, and the guests from the first year sometimes leave, and maybe you don't get quite as many in the second year. But it's fine anyway. It has been raining a lot, so we've been earning a lot of money off the umbrellas. I did switch my research into roller coasters at the end of last year. So we've got tons unlocked, absolutely loads. So what have we got here? We have got one of these swinging suspended mini thingies. But here, when I first built it, the stats came back pretty poor. So this corner that it was just going around there, I tightened that. It was the widest one. I tightened that, and then that boosted the lateral G. Because with these suspended coasters, if you're getting bad stats, it's probably that your lateral G isn't high enough. Too high, you're going to get a penalty. Too low, you're also going to get a penalty. And then we've got the mini roller coaster just here. Again, anything. If I can get a 5 or close to a 5, I'm happy, because we are going cheap and cheerful. And then water coaster just down here. WCRC, water coaster, roller coaster, not water closet. And then we've got Giga Coaster. I did say cheap and cheerful, but you know, I have recently gone on trip to Alton Towers. There is a vlog on the channel of that. So I kind of wanted to do something like an Intamin launched coaster. So this is kind of like a cross between Stealth at Thorpe Park and Rita at Thorpe, and a little bit of my own imagination as well. And then we've got Spiral Coaster just there. Spiral, again, cheap and cheerful. It literally just goes up and down and around and back to the station. Little brake run at the end, because you can only do a spiral chain lift on these. So you do need to make sure that it's coming back to the station at the right sort of height. I mean, you can go lower, but if you're going too slow, you won't be able to go up. So, and then we got a log flume just there. We've got a little bumper boats just there. And then down here, then I've built, let me turn the scenery off. I've just built these 4 small path loops. Got some shops and stuff, and zoned the workers as well ready, because this year now I am going to start ramming out some more coasters. So I've got, like I said, I've got all the paths done. All I need to do is just plonk some cheap, cheerful coasters down. We only need 500 guests now, so we shouldn't have any problems doing it. October year 3. So, as I said, I was going to go for a big wooden coaster at the end to make up for the small one I did at the start. So when we last spoke, then I was showing you my my little path loops for my cheap and cheerful rides. So we've got a multi-dimensional coaster just there, a lot of sick underneath. Mosquito, decent stats on that. Just comes out of the station, around a little inline twist, and then up the chain lift and back and down and around, and you know the drill. And then we've got a little dinghy slide just there. Nothing spectacular. Again, if I can get a 5 or as close to it as possible, I'm happy on this sort of thing. And then vertical drop coaster there. So this is one that I did on the tutorial section not so long ago. So it's a pre-built from my own design. It can run with 4 trains. We don't need that on this map. So I've only got the 2 on there. And then we got this one here, flawless roller coaster. So it just drops down into a cutback and then comes round, little corkscrew, and then back around to the station. And we've got the custom paint job, Hornet. And then we had a bit of time left, so I've gone for this wooden coaster here. So the smaller one was Woody Junior, this one is Woody Senior. Let's have a look at the comparison of the stats. There you go. Not bad. Not bad. I think if you look at the ride time, um, the larger one is only 16 seconds longer, but if you look at the ride length, it's twice as long. So obviously that tells you it's going to be a lot faster. So it's out of the station, down, up, nice, decent height chain left. You don't need to go too high. I mean, this is a lot higher than I'd normally go, to be honest. But we had plenty of time and plenty of money. Yeah, 112,000 in the bank at the moment. This little section here, so I previously had it banked, but then it looked a bit weird because it wasn't going very fast through it, so I changed it to unbanked, and I think it looks a lot better. Like if you're going fast, you do need to bank your corners, but if you're not, it looks a bit weird if they're banked. And yeah, so decent stats on that. We've got 2 days to go. Let's have a quick recap. We came in, I decided to go for the stupid idea of building a train track all the way around the outside, which is, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Oh, nearly missed this out. The bat. Little shuttle coaster just there. We did the train all around the outside, and then it's basically a case of just doing pav loops and putting down rides, going cheap and cheerful. Don't waste any time with scenery. Just put as many rides down as you can. And we've done it. Stew. Fantastic. Cool. So this was Tempest Park then, part 31 of the VJ scenario pack. We are more than halfway through this pack. It's taken us ages. It's probably going to take us ages to complete it. And it looks like it's going to start raining, which will ruin my outro. Trying to do a video here. Game? I mean, come on. So just running on fast forward. Let me blab a little bit. Real world stuff. So maybe by the time these videos go out, I might be able to add a link at the end of the video to a new channel idea I've got, where basically I go places and see stuff, which sounds crazy, or that sounds boring, but honestly it really won't be. There's so many interesting things near to where I live, and then once I run out of those, I can just go slightly further away and look at those things. It could be anything from a castle to a burial site that's like older than the pyramids, or where there was like a famous, maybe not a famous battle, but a battle, or where something like really interesting happened, you know, like anyway, I won't spoil it. Hopefully I'll have the first video up by the time this video goes out for general release, because I also have a new members plan as well. It's 99 pence a month, so if you want to join, that'd be great. Any money I make from that, I will be putting into a slush fund to get myself a nice gaming PC, because I would like to do some like streaming and some better games in the future. And the perk for that is you will get instant access to all the videos I upload, because what I usually do is I usually record in bulk and then I upload them after I've edited them, and then I release them anything from every couple of days to once a week, depending on how many I've got there. So anyway, it stopped raining. I've blabbed on for far too long. This was Tempest Park. I've been Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.